All right, it is the Money Motivation segment, and we would be talking about Forex trading this morning. We've got joining us Emmanuel Oguchi. Thank you for joining us, Emmanuel.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us, what does it mean to be a Forex trader?
Well, being a Forex trader is all about you sitting down, analyzing the financial market, making the right decision, managing your risk, and probably expecting profit. So it can either go two ways. Either you make money or you lose money. But the most important thing is...
Did you say lose? Emmanuel, did you say either you make money or lose money?
Yes. It's not about winning all the time. You lose also.
That's a bitter pill, isn't it?
Every trader was once a loser and they still lose money. But it's just about you managing your risk.
So what are the skills you need to be a Forex trader, and how long does it take, especially when it comes to the training?
Well, when it comes to training, I will always say it's based on individual personality. Some persons are fast learners, some are slow learners. So it depends on you. Like for me, I know it took me 1 year to study about the market, get to know about my technicals, my fundamentals, and finding my own strategy. Then I started seeing profit the second year.
Well, some people would say that 2 years is a long time. For instance, we've heard of Forex traders who got trained within a month or two and they are already trading. Are you saying that that's not sufficient for you to become an efficient or effective trader?
Like I said it depends on you. Some are fast, some are slow learners. So let me just...
But 2 years, 2 months, isn't that a wide gap?
Well, 2 months to me is quite too early, and it's not enough time frame for you to really understand the in-depth of Forex market.
Oh.
Yes.
So what's the average time frame?
Well, some will tell you study for 6 months, you use the remaining 6 months to, back test and front test your strategy before you start thinking about going live. So let's just say on average 1 year should cover up for you if you really want to know the nitty-gritty of Forex.
Okay. Talking about the training now, I mean, if you put the duration at a year, what's the cost like? The average cost? I know different institutions can have different charges, but on the average, what will be the cost for that 1 year duration?
Well, it depends on who is your mentor. Okay. Yeah, like for me, I know I paid about $1,000, and the exchange with them was $365.
Okay, so that's about $365,000. Okay, how far back was this?
That was on 2018,
wow.
2017. Yes, I think so.
Okay. Talking about the training, I know quite well that there are two aspects, especially trading with real money and learning with real money in terms of trading, and also learning with the artificial ones, if you want to call it that. How much do you think is reasonable to invest after training to invest in Forex for a start?
Well, I would say $5,000 is reasonable, and if you really want to have a kind of good cushion, like $10,000. But $5,000 is reasonable to start with.
Okay, these are huge these are huge sums you're calling, because what speaking for the average Nigerian, the way it is with the state of the standard of living of the average Nigerian, $5,000 is probably too much. So I'm not speaking for the big corporations now, or individuals who have so much cash, but the average Nigerian, you want to call them middle class, or just in between the middle class and the lower class. How much do you think is reasonable to start?
Well, see, when it comes to capital, for trading the Forex market, you see some people trading with $100, some trading with $200. So, like I said, I think if you really want to have that financial backing, like having a buffer around you, that even if when you go through a series of losses, you won't feel the impact. I think from $5,000 above it. Okay. But now let's say we're coming down to Nigeria where we know that inflation and everything. You get, if you can manage your risk well, you get, let's say $1,000 is still okay. You know why I'm saying this thing is because, well, you can see some people flipping $100 to $1,000, but there's more to trading, and that is the risk aspect.
Okay.
How much are you willing to risk per trade? That is the most important thing. You get. So aggressive traders, you see them, they want to risk everything. And most of the times it goes in their favor, and sometimes it doesn't go. But one thing you need to know is that most traders, they don't put their losses. They only show the beautiful side of Forex, which is not true. We need to start sensitizing people about the real business of Forex.
Okay.
You must use.
Let's talk about the tools needed to be a Forex trader, and also the buffers you need to put in place, especially to accommodate the losses so that it doesn't break you down or discourage you.
Yeah. Come again, please.
The tools needed to be a Forex trader and the buffers you need to put in place to cushion the effects of the losses, because you have been emphasizing the fact that there would be losses along the way.
Yes. Well, the major thing is you having a proven strategy, which is probably what you've learned over time, you get. And one of the most important thing again is you learning to manage your risk and managing your expectations, you get. So the first thing first, you need to know your strategy, you need to understand the Forex market. Then from there, you now talk about the risk aspect of it. Then the buffer in terms of capital, well, for me, I still insist that for you to have that buffer, so that even when you go through series of losses, you won't even feel the shock. I think $5,000, it's okay to start with.
Apparently, it's not a venture for maybe graduates or the boys. It's for the big men, from what you're saying.
The good thing now is that let's leave aside you having your own capital to trade. Okay. Now, the Forex business has evolved. You know, before now, when I started learning, prop firms were just coming out. So then you think about how you need to raise funds to start, trading your own personal account. But now it's a different ball game. The most important thing for you now is to equip yourself with the skill. Know what you're doing in the Forex market. You show a proven track record, and test yourself using all these prop firms. Now, these prop firms, they give you access to up to $1 million for a little fee.
Oh, really?
Yes. So is
there a payback mechanism? Do you have to pay back?
You say?
The money given to you, do you have to pay it back?
No, you're not paying back. Now, this is how it works. The prop firm now, they will put you in a series of, they'll put you through stages of challenges, Now, the first stage, like the one I'm making use of, my Forex one, they'll put you through 2 stages of verification. The first one, which is, I'm doing the evaluation phase, and I just passed it, So, you first of all make 8% on the account, that's for the first phase, in 30 days. Then you make 5% in 60 days for the second phase. Now, the entry fee for that is around $100, I think less than $100. So now, when it comes to the Forex market, I don't think money is no longer a barrier to enter into the market. The only thing stopping you now is the skill. Do you have the skill to make money from the market? If you have the skill, then there's plethora of trading prop firms that will give you capital to trade.
So how do you gain access to these firms that give you the capital?
It's very simple. You just go to their website, you fill in the necessary information, and pay the required sum. If you want the $100, I think my first one even have as low as $5,000, and down is around $50 for entry fee. I think 49.9 or 50, let me just say $50. That's the fee you pay to get access to the $5,000. Now, mind you, you're paying that entry fee doesn't mean they're giving you live money immediately. Like I said, you need to pass through those series of phases, the series of challenges.
So the money could be forfeited if you don't pass it.
You say?
The money you paid in could be forfeited if you don't pass the test.
Yes, if you don't pass it, they are forfeited. Again.
Wow.
But the sweet thing is that once you pass it, you enjoy it because they're giving you as high as, I think, 70% of the interest you make. For any withdrawal you make, for any profit you make on that account, they're giving you as high as, 85%. Yes, 85%.
Okay.
85%. Yes.
You've emphasized so much on learning the ropes of forex trading in terms of having the required skills to be able to navigate the business itself. But we've also heard from other forex traders talking about artificial intelligence, that there's a robot somewhere that can help you trade. It tends to imitate the professionals. As a forex specialist, do you advocate for this kind of trading method?
Thank you. Well, I would talk from the perspective of someone who has made use of a forex robot before.
Okay.
Now, I will tell you that a forex robot it's the surest way and the quickest and surest way to blow up your accounts.
Okay.
That's how we get. Now, people are trying to rule away emotions from trading, but that can be.
Okay.
Emotion has to be. Now, the essence of the robot, you're trying to mimic, you're trying to kill the emotional part of trading from you,
Yes.
which to me it's not even advisable.
Okay.
So, robot is not the right way to go in forex. The most important thing is you putting in that time to learn the skill.
Okay.
Yes, that will take you longer term because now, like the robot itself is as good as the programmer of it.
Okay.
Now, this is the shortcoming of robots. Let's say I program my robot now and I'm selling it to the public. The end user now still needs me to call out trade signals before that robot can make their money.
Okay.
So if you don't understand the back end, if you don't understand the working principles of the robot, you will not make money. You will lose money definitely.
Okay.
So why wait for someone? Okay, now you pay money to buy a robot, and you still wait for that person to call you trade before you can take. People think buying robots is about you.
All right, Emmanuel, we might have to cut you short here because we're pressed for time. But thank you so much for enlightening us on the ropes of being a forex trader.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
We've been speaking with Emmanuel Oguche, forex trader, but it is time to wrap up the show, and we would be wrapping it up with the quote of the day, and that is by Mandy Hill, saying, "You don't always have to plan, or you don't always need a plan. Sometimes you just need to breathe, trust, let go, and see what happens." And that is by Mandy Hill. But this is quite dicey because the statement is that you have to plan. If you don't plan to, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So one would always need to plan. But I guess he's just saying that maybe sometimes when the plan fails,
just go with the flow.
Just really go with the flow, breathe, and let life happen, I guess.
Yep.
But this is where we wrap it up. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. My name is Omobolanle Adeshiyi, wishing you a fruitful day.
Do have a great day. I'm Samson Oloide.